Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just noticed that I had the thing muted the whole time. Okay, so excuse me. I know that's funny. Ha ha. But what's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? How is your morning going? Miss True Redbone Latoy, Miss BB. Good morning. Listen, y'all, we about to have a real discussion. Good morning, Kalina. Yeah, we about to have a real discussion right now because um I feel like this information, I mean, I've talked about it before, but we're gonna keep talking about it, okay? Because maybe if one person doesn't get it, somebody else will. Okay. So that's what we're going with on here. Is maybe, big maybe. But I don't know if you guys have seen my Shabby Lives video or not. But I'm not going to talk about the whole video, okay? Because I'm not going to talk about all the crap that Jazz did in the past. I'm not going to talk about that. I want to talk about, like, even though it's still effed up, but I want to talk about the part where she was in the wooded trail with Chris and the twins, and she has said to the camera that Chris brings the girls here or has brought the girls here before. I'm not quoting it verbatim out of the thing, but if you guys have seen it, then you're going to know what I'm talking about. But she had put that in the video, and she said that Chris brings the kids out there. Now I'm looking at the surroundings of this so-called park that even you were having a hard time at, I'm like, it's nobody out here. Like, this is real secluded. Okay, let's get into this because I am not by any means coming on here to say that Chris is or Chris does or Chris has done. I am not coming on here to say that. What I'm coming on here to say is more like a prevention. This is something that you should be able to think about in order to prevent anything from happening. And in the process of me telling you this, we're going to dive into my past a little bit because it needs to be understood that everybody cannot, well, we already know this, the grown people know this, everybody cannot be trusted. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry y'all. Hey Indy Boo. But anyway, so here's the thing. When you're dealing with people in general, okay, and the fact that this is a boyfriend of not a very long amount of time says that you need to have certain things in place with your children to protect your children. There should be in no way, shape, or form that a grown man takes two small girls on a wooded trail. No way that should be happening. Especially you're not their biological father. But let's talk about that real quick for a minute because even that does not save you. Do you understand what I'm saying to what I'm about to say to you right now? Even that does not save you. So it makes it worse when the person is not the child's biological father. But there are plenty of people out here, including myself, okay, who was sexually abused by her own father. Okay, my real biological father sexually abused me. So when you talk about trying to think like, well, this is the this is my child's father. I should be able to leave my child with their father, because he shouldn't want to do anything like that to his own daughter. And things like that still happen out here in the world. So what makes people not be more cautious with their kids, with people that are not even their fathers, is beyond me. You have to really take the time and understand and protect your kids. There's no way you're not taking my kids to a wooded goddamn. I do not give two craps how well you are with kids. You can be great. You can be future stepdaddy of the year. I don't care. This is about protection. This is about telling my girls that it is not okay for a man to take you guys out in a wood area, because it's the point that you start opening up small windows for somebody to climb in. I'm not leaving no goddamn windows open, bro. I'm shutting the windows, I'm locking them, I'm closing the doors, and I'm deadbolting. Like, I'm not trying to leave areas open that I can prevent anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it's if you when you leave a window like that open, and like I said, I don't want to sit on here and say that he will, because I do not wish that on anybody. Period. Like that is not okay. But again, this is about prevention. Okay, this is about prevention. y'all, y'all gonna have to give me a minute. This is always super hard for me to talk about, and I try my best to talk about it, but sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, because it's a tough subject for me and myself, because of what I went through in my past. I mean, I have PTSD because of this mess. But I really want to educate young girls that, there are things that can be put into place that would take your chances, or the chances of something happening to your child, down. And a perfect example of this is not allowing a man to take your kids to a wooded area. That takes their chances down. Not leaving them alone with this man that you have not known for an entire year yet, that takes their chances down of anything happening to them. Okay. um Sorry, you guys, I wasn't reading the comments, honey, because I was just talking. um oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, sis. Oh no, it's okay, BB. It's my life, it's my life story. It's okay. Like, I still struggle with it, and but I've come a long way. Okay. I Again, I have a video up here trying to talk about my past. It does not even fully even there's it would take me forever to fully talk about my past, but this comes from a place of, I kind of know. So I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to say, hey, you need to learn a lesson. Okay. And I don't want you to learn the lesson the hard way, because that would not be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because then people are going to get damaged if you learn the lesson the hard way. Protect your babies. Put certain things in place. Teach your children. Talk to them about these uncomfortable things that you are not talking to them about. Do not allow them, and that's with girls and boys. That's not just about girls. It's about girls and boys, because these things happens to young men too. Okay. I know somebody, I'm not gonna, say their information out here, but I know somebody that had this happen to them, and they're a grown man. Okay. They had this happen to them when they was a child. So this can happen to young boys as well, not just you know, girls. But you got to teach your kids. You got to teach them, and you got to talk to them about these uncomfortable things. I have to have conversations. I have conversations with my daughters and things all the time, but even they know, even around their own pawpaw, or even around their own dad, they don't sit in they don't even sit in their dad's lap. Okay. They sit beside their father. They don't sit in his lap. They sit beside their father. They don't sit in their papa's lap. They sit beside their papa. My dad is the type of person that he won't even let the kids like come in between his legs. It's like, it's not okay. You come over here to the side and this is where you stand. You know what I'm saying? But it's things like this that a lot of these young women out here, they don't know these things. Maybe they weren't taught. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me. Let me read some of these comments, you guys. I am so sorry. I see Jazz is regular with her kids, period. I see that. Indy rides to school, leaving them with him, not having open communication with the girls. Well, we already know that Jazz does not talk to her kids. She said this in a CPS video. You said, my kids don't know anything about that stuff. So I already know that you do not have the conversation with them. So this brings their chances up higher because they don't even know what's right and what's wrong because you don't have the conversation with them. So you just made their chances shoot up even more. So on top of you not telling them what's right or what's wrong, you're also allowing men to take them to goddamn wooded parks, bringing their chances up even greater. Like, that's insane to me. Tell your story, sis. What's I say? Tell your story, sis. You could be helping someone else. Honey, like I said, my story is hard. It's hard for me to talk about sometimes, and it's very hard for, oh yeah, if y'all knew my whole story, my God. She sees nothing wrong with this, which makes it disturbing. Yes. Sorry about what happened to you, Tiff. I really am. It's okay, Kalina. I mean, it's not okay that it happened to me, but I'm okay now. We'll just say that. Because of course it's not okay that that happens to anybody, any young girl, any young boy, it's not okay. Jasmine just don't give a damn. She has still to everything. My hubby and I teach my son not to sit in anyone's lap. Right. Absolutely. My son ain't gonna do it anyway, honey. He gonna look at you straight up like, what? Like, no, he not gonna do it anyway. But even I tell him, I've had those conversations with my kid. I don't care if you went to your grandpa's house. I'm not like, say, okay, we're gonna bring it to you like this. My son, of course, he has his real dad, and his real dad's dad, he sometimes come around every once in a while. And he would get Jalen. Now, because it's his grandpa, it's like I'm not gonna be like, no, you can't go with your grandpa. But I am going to tell my son the same way you guys seen in that video where I talked to my daughter. I did the same thing with my child before he went over there. I'm like, listen, if anybody tries to, attempts to, this is not right, that's not right, don't touch me there, don't touch this. You know what I'm saying? I broke the whole entire thing down to my son because I don't want nobody, and I want him to at least be aware. I'm not saying that even when you are aware that that's going to prevent anything from happening, because no, it doesn't. Okay, because again, my story, no, it's not going to prevent anything from happening, but it helps to understand that this is wrong. And then if that child has enough courage to come and talk to you about it, then they'll know that I need to talk to somebody whenever I get that courage to do so, because I know that this was wrong and I've been taught that this is wrong. Kids should know good touch versus bad touch and no spots as toddlers. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you have not taught your kids these things, stop bringing random ass men around the goddamn kids. Now, I'm trying, my mouth, okay, I'm gonna try to keep it as cool, calm, and collective as I can, because I'm trying to do this in wisdom and trying to teach people, but I'm gonna give it to you real, okay? I'm gonna give it to you real because it's just a simple fact to stop doing that dumb ish. If you're not going to talk to your kids and you're not going to teach them, then you very well better be locking the fort down to protect them, because you have not taught them. So no, you cannot come to my house. No, you cannot come and be sitting in my house while I go run errands shopping when I've only known you a month, because Jazzy is not the only person that has done this stupidity. Okay? No, I'm not going to do that. What? What? Like, come on. Come on. If you're not going to teach them, protect them. But it's better if you do both. It's better if you teach and protect. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. If something happened to those kids, Jazz would not believe them. I would hope, okay, I would hope and pray that Jazz would, if they ever did, because I ain't going to say too much more on that. I just hope that she would. That part about the woods really pissed me off. I know how men also has something happen to me as a child, so I know how these men can be. And a grown man, and again, I think I said this in Miss True Red Bones live on a thing. Hey, Cameron Queen Boo, I seen this. I said this on Miss True Red Bones live. No grown man should even want to do that. I don't no. This is like uncomfortable. I'm not even your daddy. Like, I should not be comfortable with saying, yeah, I took your kids to this historical wooded park. You did what? You should not want to do that, because that also protects you, yourself. So people can't say something against you that's not true. But you put yourself out there as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just about, it's also about the moms protecting the kids. But I mean, these men, they don't be stupid. Okay, protect yourself as well. Because there could be some petty ass females out here, and I've seen this. I have seen this happen. Okay, we've all seen this happen. I know at least a couple of people have seen where a female lied. Okay, and they say that somebody did something that they didn't do. So this is about protection all the way across the goddamn board. I'm gonna protect myself as well. I'm not about to because if something happened, you're not gonna say that I did that. Okay? You're not gonna know. You're not gonna do that. My mother taught me at a young age what it is. Every time we came home, she always asked, did anybody touch you or try to touch you? She didn't care if I came from my grandma's house. Absolutely. Run that question every time. What? But even if you have a mom that's very protective, it still can happen. Oh, no, it can. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it brings chances down. I am not saying that this is absolutely positively a 100% proof, lock proof that this can't happen. What I'm saying is it brings chances down. It's no way in shape, form, like a guaranteed, not gonna happen. Again, I have it in my story too, Shakia. I know. You have to teach them and talk to them even within the household. Kids aren't always safe. A close friend of mine was violated by a very close relative, and most of the time it's within your walls. Most of the time it's within your walls. I've seen both of these women, or not even just both of them, all of them at one point in time think that this just is because it has to be an absolute stranger. Let me let you know that in most cases where a child has been molested, violated, or any of the sort, okay, has been a close family member or family friend, not a complete stranger, okay? This is the facts. The facts. And did y'all see how his face was looking at one? Yeah, I can't. I gotta skip over that. I can't. That stuff messes with me a little bit. Yes, to that part. Why is he comfortable taking them? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you're not even trying to protect yourself just because you feel like, well, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Nope. I'm not leaving no room for error. Okay. Out of all the places he took them to a wooded trail, like, yeah, why you taking kids to go hiking a wooden trail and without their mom? Like, nah. Like, it's even, I mean, to me, it's bad enough that you be like, oh, I'm about to take your kids to a park, because then even in my brain, I'll still be skimming. Like, are you really going to a park? Like, do I need to send something? Do I need to like install like a mini cam? Like, are you really going to tell about, like, I couldn't do it. Like, you wouldn't even be taking my kids to a park without me. Like, what? You want to take my, no, you're not. No, you're not. Like, that's crazy. No, it's not. Done it most happened by someone, I never talked about it, but I don't trust no one. Right. Right. And there's a lot of people that have not talked about it. It took me forever to talk about what happened to me. Okay. It took me a long time. And what happened to me did not just happen to me once. Yeah, I'm talking about I was if let me put a disclaimer out here, because if you're somebody who, can't really listen to this type of stuff, then you might want to click off. Because I mean, I'm not going to like go deep into it because I can't even do that. But this happened to me several times. Okay, from the ages of 3 to, I'm just going to say, in the preteen area, this has happened to me. Okay, so with the whole thing, it took me a while to tell my mom, even though my mom had conversations with me. Okay, my mom had conversations with me, but it was just me. It was just me. I couldn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get up the strength. I mean, I was a kid though, so what can you expect? Okay, I was a child, but it took some time for me to even tell my mom. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I try to create this relationship with my daughter where she can literally come and talk to me about anything. Like anything. I want to leave it as open as I can. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that that's going to be that's going to help all the time, but it's a start. Okay? It's a start. It's a start. I've had when I get on here and I say, or I even come on here and I even react or talk the things that I talk, I'm not coming from a place of I just like to gossip about women. You can, whoever can think whatever they want to think, but that's not me. When I come on here, it's because I've been to several dark places and I don't like to see other women go through those places. And if I'm seeing it, I'm gonna try to tell you through a video, through a comment, through something. That's most of the time what I try to do. And if that doesn't work, then I'll back off for a while. But if it's something that needs to be said, I'm gonna say it. Because I'm that person. So when it comes to protecting the kids, I could talk about this because I was a kid that was more protected than they're protecting their kids, and it still happened to me. So when I'm telling you that the things that you are doing are putting your kids in more jeopardy of them not or something happening to them, you know what I'm saying? That's not coming up from a place of, I'm jealous, I'm a hater. It's coming from a place of, hey, for real, this could happen. And what you're doing and your behavior is bringing up your chances of this happening. Okay. Hey, silly mommy. Yeah, that's a very long time. I have a lot of trauma because of that. Okay. Again, I talk about this. I suffer from PTSD. I've talked about it took me forever to allow my husband to change a diaper. Okay. I refused. And he got to the point where he was just uncomfortable with changing a diaper at that point because I was so much like, you're not, don't, nope, I don't care if she's a baby. My daughter was a newborn. You're not bathing her. You're not, no. Change a diaper? No. Um, Whenever I had Destiny, me and my husband wasn't married, we had a whole huge fallout because he wanted to come and get her and bring her with him. And I refused. Refused because that's how much I trust no one. Even to this day, there's certain things that have to happen in my house for me to be comfortable. Okay, and these are not terrible like hard things, but like I think it's stuff that should just be implemented in anybody's house, but it's not like terrible things. Like my husband knows he don't walk around in his boxers in here, and the girls are up like, well, you don't do that. The same way I'm not gonna walk around in my drawers in front of my goddamn son. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put some clothes on when I get up. Like, it's so many different things. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just so many different things. Until you were 23. Really? Oh my gosh. No, it didn't take me that long. Um, every time it probably took me like a couple of months before I actually told my mom. And everybody that was in that circle of harming me as a child were close family. They were either close family members or family friends. And then I've already told you my own father, my biological father is on that list. So when I speak, I really come from a place of I don't trust no one. Like I really come from that place. Like, no. Because if my own father, and there's plenty of fathers that have done this. If my own father could do this, I don't trust nobody, bro. Because anybody could do it. I'm okay, broken to whole again, right, Shakia? And it takes time. It takes time. I'm 30. Like I said, I'll be 36, and it still hurts me a little bit to kind of talk about it. But I do it anyway, and there's still certain things that I still do or that I still find myself doing. Like, let's say for instance, my husband could be sitting on the couch with his daughter, okay, the baby. And I could be sitting in my room. Now I should be okay, right? You would think. I should be okay. He's sitting on the couch with his daughter and they're watching TV. In a normal household, you would be okay. You'll be able to sit there and here, watch your show, Netflix and chill. Not me. Not me. I am up and down every couple of minutes. I am going out of my room and I just find myself doing it. And I can see it, but I can't stop it. And I'll just find myself just going out there and coming back, just checking just checking. And that has nothing to do with my husband. It has everything to do with me. Okay. I don't want people saying, oh, you don't trust your husband. I mean, I don't, but it's that has everything to do with me. That's just because with my past, I don't trust anybody. I don't care. And I'm just always on alert with my kids. So you can imagine how many cringe fests I've had with watching these women. Like, oh my gosh. I cringe when I see a man take his daughter to the bathroom in public. Do you understand? Like, my stuff is really bad. Like, it's really bad. I see a man doing it, I'm like, oh my God. Like, no big sister, no mom, no nothing. Oh man. Like I'm panicking. I panic. I'm so bad. Okay. And I'm opening up. You guys know I'm pretty open about my feelings over here anyway. I have a hard time with my own child, my son. My son. Why? Because sometimes if he comes in here and he jumps on my bed and he like jumps on me, I kind of like push him off. And he doesn't quite understand. I've y'all got him stuttering, child. Hold on. Take a deep breath, Tiffany. Who? Woosah. Okay, so I've tried and sat down to have the conversation with him and try to let him know why I am the way that I am. And I mean, I still try to hug him and stuff, but there's certain gestures or certain it could be a certain way he hugs me or a certain and I instantly get uncomfortable. But like I said, that's everything to do with my PTSD. You know what I'm saying? How many people harm you? How many people harm you on the list? How many are you? Is that a question, silly mommy? Like how many people harm me on the list? Well, I understand why you that way, Tiffany. I'm sorry you went through that. It was only one person for me. I went from 12 to 13, and yes, I had a reason why I waited so long. Yes. Yeah. And believe you me, I can completely understand that. And like I said, mine was ugh, if I sit up here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mine was probably 5 different men throughout my young time. And again, this is not a reflection, a big reflection on my mom, because like some of these things are like things that she would have never thought. Like my own father, my mom would have never thought that. Taking me to my aunt's house, my mom would have never thought that. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with a babysitter that has like 15,400 million kids, my mom would have never thought that. You know what I'm saying? So it was for her, it was those different, it was things that she couldn't help. And that's why I'm saying, and why I have such a hard time with those things that you can help, you should be helping, because these situations happen when you can't help them. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Um, that's a lot. Okay. I had a lot going on. I had a lot going on. Um, and it greatly affected how I am today, or how I was just what last year. I mean, just greatly affected my life in general. It's crazy out here. These type of stuff happens a lot, and it's not only men to girls, it's women to little girls too. I know someone had that happen to her. It was her cousin. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hey Hollywood. Yes. That's why I said it's just family in general. That's why it's important to teach your kids. It's important to teach your kids, because I had that. I think I've told this story before, where it had happened to I can't even say it because it makes me upset. It happened to my baby girl. And at this point in time, she was like young, but it was like her little cousin. And because of something that happened to him, he brought that same behavior around. Like you guys understand, there's so many different scenarios on how this can happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to kind of teach about it. And even if you don't teach about it, like again, it still happened to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? On some stuff like, if this was on some childlike stuff though. This wasn't on like adult to child. This was kids. But when that happened, I slept with my daughter in my bed, just me and her solo, for a whole week, because I did not feel comfortable with her out of my sight. I slept with her for a whole week. A whole week she was in my bed after that. And it took me a while. I had to get myself together. I had to think like, hey, this is a child. Something probably happened to that child. So, when it immediately happened, we like called the mom and we're like, look, all right, this is what happened. And I personally had a conversation with the child and they told me what happened. So I called their mom and I said, hey, this is what happened. Okay. So you have to watch those things too. Family are worse ones. They can be. They can be. Girl, you got me in tears. I had to stop and pray for y'all strength to for God to protect those babies. Listen, I didn't want to come on here and be like, come on here and have this like terrible Debbie Downer live. Okay. But I really felt like it's something that needs to be talked about and taken seriously. I do feel that way about it. So this is a hard life, but this is a real life, and this is something that people need to understand. Okay, people need to understand that. I know you did, as you should have. Yes, this is just about trying to inform people and trying to let people know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like I said, even if my story helps somebody else, I always try to come from that place when I'm over here anyway. Whatever I'm talking about, I do not care. I'm coming from a place of, I've been there. I've been there. That's why I speak. You are good. You know I'm a crybaby. Listen, baby. Y'all can't see me. Okay? You can't see me. So if I drop a couple tears, or if I'm out on the verge, you guys, you know what I'm saying, unless you hear it in my voice, you're not gonna know, okay, what's going on over here on the other side of the screen. Um, my whole body is over here just, you know, little shaky a little bit, like my hands trembling. I have a hard time with it still to this day. Yes, I agree. This needs to be talked about. Absolutely, Latoy. All the moms give strangers access to their children, and this right here is what needs to stop. What needs to stop? You want to be around different, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Do whatever. I mean, it's stupid, but do your thing. But don't have all that around your children. Okay? It's okay. It needs to be talked about because if this girl don't get it together, it can happen to those babies. Um, yes. Yes. You have to set the tone for them. You got to let them know, give them rules for anybody, Chris included. You know what I'm saying? All the rules in my house apply to their dad and down. You know what I'm saying? It's no special treatment. Everybody treated the same. Same rules applies across the board. That's period. All right. It's not happening no other way. But anyway, you guys. Yeah. Hey, Miss Chin. Yes, and yes, because I feel like this is a topic that really, really needs to circulate. You know, I'm not big on that. Most of the time when I get on here, I don't even like to use they hashtags, okay? But I think in this particular one, I am going to use all the hashtags, and I would appreciate it if you guys would hit the like button for me. If you have not done so already, go ahead and hit that like button because this is a conversation that does need to circulate. You know what I'm saying? That does need to go around a little bit. I think we need to, think we need to let this one ride if it could, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that this morning because that was on my brain, on my mind. It has been on my mind, but I had to take some time to process before I talk about it because I wanted to be able to talk about it in the way that it needs to be talked about, and I didn't want to be on here like with the craziness. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, and anyway, let's lighten this up a little bit, you guys, because this got really, 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 really heavy. Okay, let's lighten this up a little bit. And I am going to go out with saying this right here. Olivia, you say that you go out at 2, 3, whatever o'clock in the morning because you want to spend the time with your babies during the day. You're not going to take their time away from them. This is why you go out this late at night. Two things, sis, if you did not know, and this is practically common sense, but whatever. Number one, when are you sleeping? When are you sleeping? Are you sleeping during the day? Because that to me is still taking time away from your children. Okay. If you're still sleeping during the day, that's number one. Number two, are you getting enough sleep? Okay. Because not getting enough sleep can really mess up your mental. Okay. And that's with anybody, with a regular person. If a regular person doesn't get enough sleep, some stuff is going to start happening to their body and affecting their brains and the way that they think. This is why they tell you not to operate a vehicle when you have not had enough rest because your body will just tend to just do whatever the crap it wants when it's tired. Okay, so this is about again the health of you and the health of those kids. Like, if you're sleeping during the day, you're still taking away time from them, the time that you so-called say you didn't want to take away, because had you been at home and got a good night's rest, you would have been up with your kids. But you getting in at 7 in the morning, sis, you not you what you sleep, you are you getting any sleep? You getting in at 7 a.m. That means you gotta be sleep from like what? It takes you about an hour to go to sleep from like 8 to 3. So you still taking away time. That didn't make any sense. That excuse did not make any sense, sis. And I don't think Olivia gets enough sleep, to be honest. She's on, and that can affect your, like, for real, that can affect your brain. It really can. It really can. It could have you just, you ain't got it all. You have to get enough rest, y'all. And on that note, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go on about my day. Okay. On my chat, just slow down, y'all. I don't see no other comments. But anyway, I'm about to get off anyway. How long have I been on here? 41 minutes. I've been on here 41 minutes. But yeah, you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I will be posting a video today, but it's just a little something light work, just a little funny something that I worked on. Um and I will talk to you guys at some point in time, okay? You know me, I'm always around. Thank you, Kalina. Yes, Kalina, thank you. Everybody have a good day and stay safe, and remember to teach. Teach. All right? Teach your kids, teach everybody.